Everybody, Kieran and Sherry Murray here
Hi
with
guys.
another episode of Bottom of the Bottle. So this is where we feature a winery. Tonight we're talking about Ambassador Wines of Washington. Tonight we had this awesome meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and this 2017 Cab Sauv from Ambassador Wines. These guys are awesome. We love these guys. Love Mike Amato and everybody else up there. So let's talk about Ambassador Wines. Okay, so here's how we got to know him. It was actually from a recommendation from Jason Long.
Oh, you're right. It was from Long Cellars, right?
Yep. So we were up in Woodinville. We were tasting wine, and we went to Long Cellars. We had stopped in there because of a recommendation from somebody in our group, probably Jason Long. Let's probably talked about.
He did.
There were several other people.
Yeah, he said, "Come visit me."
And so we were up in Woodinville and said, we got to go to Long Cellars. We got to check that out. So we went and tasted his awesome wine. And then we were looking for the next stop. And there was a couple places we were talking about. And Jason said, go to Ambassador Wines. Yeah. So that's where we went. And so we met Mike Amato, one of the... I think they call him the managing partner. I don't even know. Is he one of the owners?
We call him the mayor.
The mayor. He's the mayor of Ambassador for sure. And Rumi, his lovely wife,
Yep.
and Flavia, who's the tasting room manager, I believe is her title.
Yep.
And we proceeded to drink some of the most fabulous wines ever.
Yeah, they're pretty damn good.
Oh man, if you like a good red, just a Cab Sauv,
Just a really
oh.
yummy, full body, it's just really good.
It was amazing.
See, we're not experts. We don't know how to put into the words that all of you expert wine drinkers out there would appreciate. So what we can tell you, it's fabulous. It's full body. I know that. It's dark. It's rich. It's yummy.
You know what's funny is I'm looking at your glass, so it's a little bit chilly out here in our back deck, and you can see where the glass is actually starting to fogged up.
Here, let me fix that. I'll drink from
this
side.
From the foggy side. We love these glasses because these glasses are big enough that you can actually fit an entire bottle of wine in this glass. So when we go pour a bottle, we just pour half in hers and half in mine, and the bottle's gone. And
it just keeps us from needing to get up and refill. Right, so it's all good.
So let's talk some more about Ambassador Wines, yes. Mike Amato and the crew there. So the first day, because we've been there several times, so the first day we were there, we fell in love with it, and we joined the club the first day, huh?
We did.
Now, let's talk about clubs.
There were kind of some reasons around it, though.
Well, let's talk about clubs, because we try to have around like no more than 10 clubs at a time that we belong to, which can be a challenge because
there's so many good wines out there.
There's so many good wines and so many really cool clubs, and so what we find is sometimes we have to move some out to make room for some new ones, right? But
it doesn't mean that we stop drinking those wines.
We don't belong to the club.
It just means that we've shifted our club memberships.
Right. And so they happen to have. We were looking at their club membership, and the one that got us is we were actually going to do that. I think they have 3 levels, and we were going to do the smaller level. But they talked about these events that they do in Walla Walla, I believe it was, with the people from Mark Ryan, because I think Mark Ryan actually bottles their wines. And they open these events to members.
Open the events to members, but it's to their highest members first. So it's basically you get rights of first refusal, and then it goes down from there. And we just don't like to be left out.
So not everyone has really cool events. So they have that one out in Walla Walla. I think I saw they do. I think it was a Christmas cruise out in Lake Washington. Now they're not doing anything this year for COVID, right? But I saw a lot of the cool events that they do, and I was like, well, I don't want to miss out on them, And so Mike had us right there. I'm not even sure if Mike told us about it or someone else did.
No, Mike was telling you about it as I was filling out the paperwork, and I was over here, on the smaller side, getting ready to check the bottle, and I just simply had to look up at your face, and you were like, no. the other one. I was like, okay, I'm sold too. So
Yeah,
it's all good.
we were in. So then we went back the next day because we were staying in Woodinville for the weekend.
Yeah.
And so we went back the next day, and we were doing another tasting. We were doing one of our complimentary tastings we get with membership.
Right? We kind of like that.
And so we had watched. There was a table behind us. Actually, I should say in front of us, that had 4 people.
And this is why we call Mike the mayor.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
there was 4 people, and they had completed their tasting, and they loved all the wines.
Mm-hmm.
I could see them back there doing their stuff, and they just loved it. And they were started getting up to leave, and Mike came over and had said he apologized to them, and he said that he was going to reverse all their tasting charges, which is $15 a head, so there's $60.
Right.
And he was going to reverse their tasting charges because he didn't get to spend enough personal time with them, and he felt bad that he wasn't able to spend time with them.
Mm-hmm.
And Sherry and I kind of looked at it like, is that for real? Did we just see that? And I was like, maybe I missed something. Maybe there was something else I didn't see, right? So they said, no, we're fine. We loved it all. It was great. And Mike had asked, is it okay then? Would you stay and taste one more, and we'll open up one of our really, really, really good bottles? And
Our high-end,
they don't
yeah.
they don't have everything open and available, but for a special reason.
It was a special pour for members only wine, and
Yeah, and so they opened that up for him and let them try that one, and they loved that one, and they were very appreciative of Mike's hospitality. And so when they left, I asked Mike to come over to our table, and he sat down, and I had to ask him. I said, "Did I just see that right? Am I catching it right that you were going to waive their, actually reverse their tasting charges because you didn't get to spend enough personal time with them?" And he said yes. And I looked at Sherry, and both of us were a little bit teary-eyed. Maybe we had just enough wine where that kind of caught our emotional feels.
that would never happen to me.
No.
Almost
And we just thought, that's the cool thing. That's the it was right then that we went, yep, we made the right choice on joining this club, because these are the kind of people we want to be around, whether we're drinking wine or not. These are good people.
Well, and how often do we talk about experiences?
Yep.
So Mike's whole goal, well, he had 2 goals. One was to serve great wine. The second thing was to give those people and everybody that comes into the tasting room a great experience. And he felt that he fell short on one of those 2 things. And so that was his way of being able to make up for it. And A, that's just good business, but B, that's just good people.
That's good people. So we had actually gone back, maybe I don't know, a week or 2 later, and we had asked Mike and Rumi. They have one of the larger outdoor spaces up in Woodinville. So during this whole COVID thing, everyone had to be outside, and so they had tents outside, so they could hold about 35 people outside, which a lot of places can't hold that many. And we had asked them, hey, what if we did a Facebook event through this new group, this Let's Talk About Northwest Wines, and we'll direct everyone, if you guys want to come in at 11 instead of 12 and you normally open, and then it doesn't interfere with any of your other tastings. And we had 35 people book that within the first 4 days, and we had like a month to do it, maybe a month and a half. I'm not even sure, but maybe a month. And then we filled up another 20, I think it was 19 or 20, right next door at Sin Cellars. But we had 50 people that showed up to drink wine, and it was just really cool that for us it was fun to be able to support the wine industry and direct people to go in, have a good time. There was a whole bunch of people there that had actually never drank wine before.
Yeah.
There was people that had just started drinking wine within the last week or 2, and people bought a lot of wine. They joined the club, and it was cool to support the industry, but it was really cool for us to be able to support Mike and Rumi and Flavia, because we just hit it off with them so quickly, and they felt like family to us. So I guess long story short, if you get a chance to go to Woodinville, you got to go check out Ambassador Wines of Woodinville. They're just awesome. if you get a chance to be able to sit down and talk to him. I'm sure Mike will be all over and talking, but they all of them are there to give you special attention. That's a cool thing. It's not just Mike.
Right.
They took over the space next to them, which I
Yes.
think was a Gorman. I think it was Gorman.
I think so it was Gorman, yeah.
And so now they have double the space there, and they're inside because they offer some food, so they're inside. And
it's a great space.
Oh, it's really, so yeah, they have indoor and outdoor, and I believe they're opening up a second tasting room in downtown Woodinville, and I can't remember what you call it, but it's not very far from there, but it'll be another different tasting experience. I can't wait to go check that one out. And it's just really good wines, really good deep dark reds from Red Mountain. I think they have 26 acres over in Red Mountain, if I remember right. Really, 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 really good wines, and really, 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 really good people. So go check out Mike Amato. Go check out Ambassador Wines of Washington when you're up in Woodinville. Maybe they'll someday have a tasting room like in Walla
Roy?
Walla or something. Yeah, Roy. Right here where we live.
We could have them come down here and do some tastings with you guys. I think everybody would really like that.
We're working on that. We're working on talking to a few wineries about actually coming in and doing.
Did I let a cat out of
Yeah.
the bag? Oopsie.
We're talking about doing tastings, so we could actually host 40 to 50 people here out on our back deck, and it wouldn't be until the spring, when it starts getting warmer out. It's a little bit nippy out
It's
now.
cold right now.
And what would be kind of fun is to have 2 or 3 wineries at the same time, so that especially for people on the south end, is you can come to someplace here on the south end instead of going to Woodinville and taste 3 different wineries and not have to go anywhere and just have a great time. So we're working on some stuff. They have to have a permit to be able to do stuff in a private residence, but it's really easy to get. So and actually I talked to Mike about it. He knew exactly what I was talking about. I said, "Yep, I can
have so many of those a year.
12 a year. We know all
Absolutely.
about it." So obviously they've done it before, and so they know their stuff. So we're looking forward to having Ambassador out to our home and doing some things in the south end and showing you what cool people they really are and the awesome wine. So anything else you want to throw out there about Ambassador Wines?
No, just like I always say about experiences, they are definitely Rumi and Mike are definitely the king and queens of making sure that you come in and have a great experience. And we just sure appreciate them a lot, and the friendship that has started between us, and the fact that they make some really, really great wines that we can share with our friends and share with the rest of the area. So
Absolutely. And hopefully this video, so we've done this is I think our 3rd video. So the first 2 were we filmed them on my laptop, and we had some daylight. Now it's the first time we're actually in the evening, and so behind us
we kind of decided that
all
we needed
dark.
to have a little bit of food before we got to the bottom of the bottle. And when you have food in October,
it can start
start really fast.
So we're actually under our gazebo.
So-
We have lights under the gazebo. We had the fire pit going right here, but
It was just this big orange ball behind us.
You couldn't really make it out. So maybe you could or something, I don't know. But this is our first time, and so with this, we're recording this on our iPhone instead of the computer, and we're really low tech. So if you ever want to look around for professional people doing stuff, it's not us.
Nope.
It's either on a laptop or it's on an iPhone. And hopefully it all worked out. Hopefully we got sound.
I'm sure it's perfect.
It's going to be pretty stupid if we go check this out and there's no sound on there, or it's all grainy or something.
Well, I totally blame you.
Well, you should. Because I'm the only tech person in the household, and I'm very low tech. So
Right?
All right, gang, we're going to shove off. We're going to go finish our wine. Wherever you're at, we love you guys. Hope you have a great night. And go check out Ambassador Wines of Washington when you get a chance. Salud.
Cheers, everyone.
Love you guys.